Guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for watching. We have a real beauty here today. We have the Aston Martin DB9 and boy, can you just see how beautiful that is. Now, this is a 2013 6-litre V12 Aston Martin DB9 and it is just dripping in beauty. Now, of course, we're going to do our walk around. We're going to go into all the key features and yes, we're going to take it for a very nice drive. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us and I hope you look forward to many more videos like this. Hope you've already subscribed to the channel and guys, let's just jump straight into it. Now let's start off with the design of the Aston Martin and it just keeps getting better and better and it doesn't matter what angle you look from, the front, the back, the sloping curve on the back rear quarter, it just looks fantastic. Look at that. At the front they have the customary 5-bar grille at the front. They've got these beautiful air vents for what underneath is just a massive engine. Look at that, the 6-litre V12, naturally aspirated, as a Grand Tourer should be. It pulls 385 kilowatts, which is approximately 510 horsepower, with a whopping 620 Newton meters of torque in this huge V12 engine. Now, of course, the car drives on these huge 20-inch wheels with these massive cross-drilled carbon ceramic brakes at the front and of course the back as well. Look at that, just a massive, and that red calipers, they look so good on this black car. Now the chief executive designer of this, Marek Reichman, and mind you I probably said his name wrong, has done a fantastic job updating this car. Now this was a model year update, which was a huge shift for them in definitely the right direction. It's just stunning, and look at the paintwork, look at the black glistening in the sun. Now let's jump in the car and I just love how the doors swing open sort of out and up. Look at that. And the car rides rather low, so have a look at how low the seat really is. Look at that. And this is the interior, a beautiful Alcantara finish on this particular DB9. Now this particular car actually has only 30,000 kilometers, and let's jump in and have a look. Oh, and these seats, they just absolutely hug you. All hand stitched. Look at that. All dripping in leather finish. Look at that. The Bang & Olufsen sound system, which if you turn the car on with this crystal finished key, so that there apparently is crystal. The screen comes up and then if we turn on the sound system, you got the tweeters coming up from the dash. How cool is that? Now inside here you'll see 4 buttons. This is your park, reverse, neutral and drive. All glass finished, all leather finished, and very nicely appointed buttons here. Rather simplistic, but yes, of course, a lot of buttons. You got your traction control button there, you got your sport button down there, and of course your suspension modes there. So you've got 3 different modes. You've got normal, sport and track mode, and for the adaptive dampers you got normal and sport, so 2 different dampers there. Your electronic stability control has 3 different modes as well: on, off and track. I will not be playing with that button. You have your all-electric driver's seat there, as well as passenger seat on the side. But have a look at how well finished this is. Now, let's get the car on. A very simplistic cluster. A very simplistic design. Got your armrest here. Now, the car, yes, is a 4-seater apparently. However, these are the rear seats. These ones here. And if you want to get into the back of them, which you press this button. I'm just gonna sit behind myself. This, and I'm not exaggerating, is the seat. This is not a seat. So this is more of a storage compartment with seat belts. Anyways, let's jump out of there. Now, of course, this car is 7 years old and it is not dripping with technology. It is not dripping with driver aids. And that is the absolute beauty of this car, that it is so raw and so nicely finished that it doesn't need all the technology. It doesn't, you don't feel yourself wanting it because it's just you and the car. And after having driven this car, I can say that it is just a gorgeous and such a nice car to drive. So guys, let's get straight into it. Let's go for a drive. Now, something I really appreciate in this car is the attention to detail. And you can see signs of wear, and that is a 7-year-old car. But the attention to detail that this car has is phenomenal. Like this Alcantara steering wheel, the leather finish absolutely everywhere. This suede finish on the roof lining here. The tweeters popping out of the dash like, you know, like it's some new age sort of stuff. The metal finish of the Bang & Olufsen sound system on the doors, and the glass finish on these buttons, the crystal finish on the key. And what really shocked me is the door handle here. It feels like the same material as the roof lining and the steering wheel, just on the back here. It's so nice, and this metal finish for the door handle, which is a really solid feel. They really thought of everything when they designed this car. Now, maybe it hasn't aged too well, but I think that the finish of it is just timeless. It's 7 years old, and I think it just looks stunning. It doesn't have too much going on, and that's the last thing that you need in a car like this. You want it to be simple. You want the aesthetics of the outside to match the interior, and the interior to match the outside, because that's really what it is. As we briefly touched on it earlier, it's got 3 different driving modes. It's got normal, sport, and it's got track. And it's got different damper modes as well. It's got normal, it's got sport, and apparently, yep, there we go, track mode as well. And after reading more than a few reviews, well, one guy in particular, he was rather displeased with it. He said it should be called firm, firmer, and firmest. I don't know how old this gentleman was, but maybe he should go see a chiro, because if you buy a car like this, you are not expecting a limousine. You are not expecting an S-Class quality. You're expecting a driver's car. And that's the thing. You can drive this car, probably not every day. After having driven it a while, it might not be the best everyday car, but as a weekender, what more could you want? Back here, you've got the paddle shifters as well, and apparently these are magnesium finished, and they do present a rather nice quality, a rather nice finish. Now, if I put it into sports mode, and straight away you can tell it's downshifting and it's ready for you to give it the beans, as James May would say. Now here we go, this is a 70 road. Okay, let's stop here. There's no one coming. Yep, that was 70. That was 70. And we missed our exit, but that's okay. Oh, it is just such a good car to drive. Now, I don't know how much this particular car cost. That's because I can tell straight away it's got a few features which weren't standard in the car. But however, this car started off at 350,000 before on roads. That's before all the taxes, that's before all the stamp duties, all the registration fees, and before any options. And apparently the option list was rather long and rather hefty. If you've got that much to spend for the car, you're probably going to spend a little bit of money on the options, because you wouldn't want to get this car and do yourself the misjustice of not choosing a few options which are vital. Okay, I wouldn't say vital, but which are going to make all the difference in the world into how you drive this car. Oh man, it's just such a nice car. Okay, after driving it for a bit, yes, the suspension is quite firm, but like I said, this is a Grand Tourer. It's what you expect out of this car, and unfortunately you're not going to expect that limousine finish and, you know, the subtle refinement of driving on a cloud. That's not what you want, not in a car like this. But my goodness, is it fun to drive. Oh man. Guys, that is a wrap on the Aston Martin DB9. Now, guys, oh man, look at that. Look how gorgeous it looks, especially in the sun. Oh man, it's just such a beautiful car. Anyways guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe, because we have so many cool videos coming up. As far as my thoughts go on this car, it is just such a sensational car to not only drive but to look at. It's like a wall poster. Like, I can stare at it all day long. The designers of this car did the best job. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to comment down below what your guys' thoughts were. I'll definitely be replying, and again, if you had any questions, be sure to write it down below. I'm happy to answer everyone's questions. Now guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time. And look at this. This is a pen. Look at this, an Aston Martin pen. How cool is that?